reality. By the way, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are at in the world or whenever you watch this video. Welcome to this channel, Freya's Crone. All right, so when you come into this video, give me a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed, please give me subscribe and hit that notification bell. Leave me a comment in the comment section below and let me know how this general reading resonates with you. By the way, I want to say thank you to all of my new subscribers. Thank you for all the comments. Thank you for all the love that you've been giving me. And thank you to our returning subscribers for being with me on this YouTube journey. All right. So this video is for the star sign of Libra. And if you read the little caption down there, we're talking about, we're asking the angels and the spirit guides what chakra you need to work on, what you do need to know, and what chakra needs work to for your transformation purposes. All right. So I'm talking to my star sign Libras, but we're asking about your north node. Your north node is your spiritual journey. All right. Which is part of your transformation. So I do have Archangel Mike and Archangel Metatron that I invoked into my space before I started these readings. I have them on both sides here for protection and for clear channeling because look, this card talks about chakra clearing. All right. That's why I pulled Archangel Metatron out to help address whatever chakras you need to work on for transformational purposes. All right, Libras. So yes, I do have a furry little door in front of me. The furry little door's name is Loki. There is a thunderstorm happening in my area. And he does not like when rain hits the roof of the house. He does not like thunderstorms at all. Right. So he's gonna be in the space and I'm okay with that, right? So Libras, for the Libra collective, ancestors, I am shuffling the cards. Ancestors, what would you like to address with the Libra collective when it comes to assisting with their transformation? Can I have an opening message for the Libra collective to assist with their transformation? Please and thank you. An opening message from the ancestors for the Libra collective to assist with their transformation. Please and thank you, ancestors. Can I have one card, please? Okay, they gave me two. So you need to cultivate inner peace. Okay. So you could have water in your chart somewhere, Libra. In your north node, you could have water in your north node, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. The way to figure that out is to go to astroseek.com, put in your birth date, the day you were born, and the time you're born, and you'll get a direct natal chart. You don't have to have the time to get, but it's not going to be directly in alignment for you. That'll let you know what sign is in your north node because that's where we're focusing at today. All right. So I feel like whoever I'm talking to, you have Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio in your north node. There's a water energy. You could have specifically Pisces. All right. Because we do have a lot of fish coming out on these two cards. So cultivate inner peace, find a sense of happiness. You may be going through some sort of an emotional upheaval at this time. You can see the sun is out on this card, but it's a little dark. So you could be going through, like the sun could be illuminating something, right? Illuminating some sort of a shadow side of how to integrate peace into your life for some of you out there. All right. So embracing. So you're definitely embracing the shadow side. And they're telling you to focus on maybe some sort of coldness that you're feeling when it comes to the shadow side. So you're definitely being asked to focus on the shadow side of who you are, some sort of emotions, because this card talks about the water is either flooding the plains or it is a drought in the plains. So there's like an extreme here, an extreme high and extreme low. All right. So embracing. So the ancestors are telling you to embrace a number 19, which adds up to a 10. So a 1 and a 9, something within thyself as a shadow that you need to address within thyself with that 9 energy. It could be a very hard lesson or a hard shadow to face. So the ancestors are telling you, Libra, a floodplain is a natural occurring phenomenon in which land adjacent to a river floods out to far banks of the surrounding land during times of high water. Land is normally dry, maybe underwater for a period of time. When this occurs, silt, sand, and nutrients are deposited. For this reason, floodplains are often areas of great fertility, as well as rich ecosystems. They are excellent areas for lush, abundant crops. It is a natural occurrence that allows life in all areas to thrive. So, your ancestors want you to know that sometimes life overflows with emotions, which can feel uncomfortable. So, this is going to be very uncomfortable for you to face. However, the ensuing result of this discomfort can be a great value arising from an unseen or unknown source. You get this card when emotions are seemingly overflowing or not flowing at all. So it's one extreme or the other. There's no balance, right? Cherish the overflowing of emotions and embrace the times that seem murky. For your inner floodplains are being replenished, and as a result, there will be great spiritual and physical expansion. Embrace all of your emotions, and when you do, greater prosperity and fertility will flow into your life. 2019 could be significant for you, Libra. 2019. Alternatively, if your emotions have been blocked, this is a time to explore and experience them. Something about 2019 coming through here. So 27 and 28. We got another 9 coming through. So 999 is significant. So, Snowy Mountain Peak. Mountains traditionally represent transcendence and spiritual evolution. They also symbolize rising above the mundane situations and reaching greatness. The snow at the peak represents pristine clarity. Mountain peaks are often a destination of spiritual pilgrimages. Many cultures believe that the tops of the mountains were the resting points of the gods and celestial beings. So the ancestors want you to know when you focus on what you pull towards you, what you focus on is what you pull towards you. So put your attention on that which is worthwhile. Concentrate on one desire. Direct your intent to one thing rather than being scattered in many directions. When your thoughts and actions are unfocused, it dilutes and diminishes your forward movement. It is much easier to gain results when you are concentrated on one path. Gather your inner resources and with intensity and passion, go forward and upward, and you'll see results. This is also a card of spiritual transcendence and traveling into higher realms. So stay focused as you elevate your higher consciousness. You are close to heavenly realms. All right, Libra. So that's what you are asked to do, right? Because you're either in the extreme high or the extreme low. You're either over emotional or you're void of emotions. And that's that coldness energy. I feel Libra, you're more in the coldness energy, like void of emotions here. I feel like and that's because, and that's where you put your focus, right? So you're never going to evolve if you don't face these shadows, face some sort of an emotion within you. You need to address it, you need to embrace it, and you need to change something. It is part of your spiritual evolution, all right? It is part of your transformation. So let's go ahead and pull the chakra card for Libra. The chakra card for Libra. The chakra card for Libra. What chakra card wants to come out for Libra? Please and thank you. Can I have one chakra card? All right. So healing the heart. Absolutely. Absolutely. So for some of you with the heart space, it rules the fourth chakra, which is the air chakra. So air energy. So some of you may be blocked with expressing how you feel. That's that dry emotion, that cold energy. You are blocked from either receiving a conversation, having a heart to heart conversation, or you are blocked from expressing a heart to heart conversation. Yeah, there's that five energy. So something about 2019 has something to do with what needs to change. So you need to surrender to just what is within you. Yeah, you're about to step into some uncharted territory when it comes to relationships. Yeah, so the storyteller. So yeah, see the blank pages, right? There is key. This is key to your Akashic records. This is key to your spiritual evolution. This is key to your destiny for some of you. All right. So this is the solar plexus energy. So standing in your power, right? You're creating your own reality. Where you focus at, you're creating your own reality. But look, the pages are blank, right? This is like that blankness, that dryness, that coldness of your emotions, right? For some of you, you may need to journal. Okay, so personal power, will, assertiveness, action, ability, movement, individual, the extreme state. Yeah, that's what the embracing is, extreme state. It's either you're extremely flooded with emotions or you are completely dry of emotions. Joy, anger, and transformation. So the storyteller, identify positive self-definition, teaching others how to treat you through the stories you tell about who you are. Libra, do you know the story you tell others about who you are? You're a unique being with unique talents and a story unique to you and your experiences. In fact, we're talking about your note here. Your destiny can be found in the way you weave together these threads of yourself in the world. So that's why the pages are blank, because you're devoid of emotions. You have coldness in your heart, coldness in your emotions. It's like you're frozen in fear here. Is there anything in your life you want to change? Then it's time to adjust the story you tell about yourself. Perhaps you're too self depreciating or apologetic about how you shine. Mimi- mimina- mimi- Minimizing, somebody may be mimicking, minimizing your power so others will accept you. So it's like trying to fit yourself in a world due to outside influences, how other people see you, identity, right? That's what it talks about, identity, very first word out. So you're shrinking yourself to fit into a place where you may not fit in, right? Why? Because you're afraid of how people will view you. You are afraid of how people will see you if you open up on an emotional level. Perhaps the way you voice your expectations diminishes your ability to succeed, or you are too willing to tolerate a less than supportive environment. It's easy to be in denial when it comes to others and their behavior towards you. Understand, however, that you teach people how to treat you through how you talk about yourself. Once you recognize what story you're telling others about how to treat you, you can tell a different one. What if you could connect to your true power as a co-creator of your reality? The story originates in your mind, how you think, your conditioning and past experiences, how you view the world, and what you expect to see in it. The truth is, you have everything you need to tell and you tell, and weave more blessings into your world as your unique contribution. In fact, practice speaking of your amazing success, your overflowing abundance, and all the love that surrounds you. Soon, the outer world will tell the same story back to you. So, there is, you need to identify with your own identity. You need to come into your own identity here. Instead of shrinking, try to please others to fit in somewhere. And it's like somebody is in this end of people pleasing. And this is a repetitive cycle of giving your power away to other people. Libra, give me a Fonzie. And there's like this coldness within you. Like you lack emotion here. So it's like how you treat yourself is showing other people how to treat you. So when you're in this icy community who are devoid of emotions, and that's a reflection of how you treat yourself, right? And if you're in a group of people who are over emotional, always triggered, then that's you. That's who you are, right? Because as within, so without. And this is very key to your destiny, your North Node. So the key lies in your solar plexus to take your power back from people, places, and situations that no longer serve you. Step into your own identity and not care about what other people think, feel, or say. Alrighty, so what wisdom is the solar plexus energy given for Libra? What wisdom does Libra need to know about the solar plexus? I'm telling you, we got solar plexus energy coming through. Abundance. So this card talks about, see how this man, right? He's sitting there, got his head on his hand. He's drinking alcohol, but there's a penny that drops down that drain, drops down in that register, drops down in that drain. And he sits there and he's like, how am I going to get it out of there? Like, I have no clue how to get it out of there. He looks all stressed out. He's got his hand on his head. He's like, this is the role that you're playing in your life, because I'm seeing the hat. The hat means the role. This is the role that you play in your life. It's like you are a role model, right? Um, this is how I'm talking about you shrinking yourself down to fit into that box. But then you got this person over here who's like, all right, this person doesn't want to get that coin. So I'm going to come up with this brilliant idea. I'm going to get a string and I'm going to get a piece of gum and I'm going to put that string down in that vat and I'm going to fish for that coin. And I'm going to take that coin and I'm going to add it to the other coins that I have in my box, right? And I'm going to save up enough coins to buy that house that I want, to buy that dream that I want, to achieve the dream that I want, that hope, that wish, that gain, right? So somebody here is standing more in their masculine energy. Somebody is standing too much in their masculine energy here. So abundance. Gold represents the power of the mind to choose. One choice may be wise, the other foolish. Choosing well may involve temporary sacrifice in order to gain your desires. Remember, you can always make a new choice. So, the power of your choice to tell a different story, the power of your choice to um, use your mind to gain new creative ideas, right? The power of your focus, the choice of where you focus. You can either focus on um, being a fool, right? Or you can focus to sacrifice, choosing to please other people, giving your power away to other people. You play the role in your life. See how this treasure is empty? You can either choose to be around people who don't treasure you or don't value you, or you could choose to be around people who are rich, abundant, full of life, full of emotion. Confusion. There's that mental confusion. The choice. See how he's whispering in somebody's ear? So you could have somebody in the community around you who is whispering in your ear, right? This is somebody who is devoid of emotion, somebody who's cold hearted, somebody who wants you to focus your mind on being confused, being clouded, not being able to reach your desires. Right? The power of the mind. So, confusion. I went right to it too. Jana climbs Faith Mountain in dense fog, wondering whether her decision to leave her boyfriend was the right one. There's another man waiting in the wings. Always is. Silver cloud surrounds her and is cold and scary, right? This is that mountain. It's cold and scary. See the coldness? Despite her confusion, she keeps climbing. As she reaches the summit, the fog clears, revealing the town far below. With Silver Cloud's help, she has journeyed much farther than she realized. She now knows what to do. She begins the long journey home to reclaim her love. Through the willingness to be in confusion, we find clarity. There is nothing to solve. Meditation and quiet time bring peace. Allowing confusion, spiritual support, consequences of actions, and finding love. So somebody could be suffering the consequences of your actions. For maybe somebody here could try to steal somebody's identity by causing a lot of confusion, playing a lot of mind games, being hot and cold, making somebody wait from one extreme, either being over emotional or being cold hearted. Um, Somebody could be giving their power away to other people and allowing them to dictate their path. When you're in the unknown, it may be a little comfortable to know that you are safe. Understanding that your angels have brought you to this point. You may need more information at this time. Remain still and allow inspiration in, it will come. Okay, so let's go ahead and pull some tarot cards for Libra. Let me look at the bottom of the deck. Yeah, discovery. So you need to be comfortable to discover your emotions within your heart. Somebody feels very secure. Somebody feels very unbounded. Somebody may not be feeling well. But what you need to discover is that this is an opportunity to grow, right? Because look, you have spirit who's definitely trying to get your attention. They want you to discover the love and compassion that you have in your heart. And that everything that you have been through, like the wetlands say, has fertile. It has caused a lot of growth. It has caused a lot of inspiration to come in. It has caused you to discover how you truly feel. What has blocked your heart, right? Yet is destined here. So you need to get out of your own way. Some of you may be a bit impatient, and this could be causing a lot of confusion. But something is definitely destined, and we're talking about the North Node. All right, Libras. Let's get a little more information about the solar plexus abundance card. Yeah, King of Coins. There's a crown chakra there. So let's talk about somebody who's invested a lot of time and energy, right? Enjoying the small things, right? And they also know that it does take time, right? You got to invest a lot of time and energy in saving, building up them finances, right? To reach a goal, to buy whatever it is that you're wishing for. That's the case, right? This is somebody who invests, makes investments. This is somebody who is, takes one coin at a time, right? Invests that coin and waits for the right time for that coin to build, to grow, to double, right? Yeah. But somebody is all in their wounds. Somebody is extremely paranoid here. And that makes perfect sense. See this male individual? This person is extremely paranoid. Oh my God, I'm broke. I don't know how. I don't know how I'm gonna make it. Don't know how I'm gonna make ends meet. The pot is empty, right? Confusion. Confusion, the crown chakra, Six of Swords. So you need to move out of that mental confusion, right? You need to move out of this mental confusion. Move into a calmer, peaceful state. Focus. I feel like instead of focusing on being dry, being barren, being broke, they want you to focus on um, building something, right? With the King of Coins, building something. So you're being asked to get out of this mental confusion. Trust that you're safe. See the person on this boat, right? Trust that you're safe. Somebody may have an inner child wound that needs to be addressed. This definitely talks about moving out of any confusing energy, moving out of any choppy emotions, that over emotional energy. Balance out the extreme state of, oh, I'm paranoid, or, I can't see my way how I'm going to do this. I only got a couple of coins in my chest, right? Focus on moving out into a calmer mental and emotional state. Focus on putting more um, emphasis on being calm here, right? Something about maybe June coming, then with the energy of June, the month of June. I see a male and a female. So it could absolutely have to do with a relationship with somebody. You could literally have somebody playing some mind games with you, trying to confuse you. I don't know why, but I'm getting Aries, identity, Aries. The mother of somebody's child or the father of somebody's child. Take that message as it resonates. But I'm seeing strong masculine energy here. Somebody telling you a false narrative story, wanting you to shrink to their will. Yeah, Three of Wands, Three of Swords. So there's absolutely an opportunity coming here, solar plexus. Back your power from the pain, right? Heal any despair in your heart. And see the inspiration through it, right? Um, and make some sort of a decision. Make a better choice for your life. Yeah. When it comes to mastering whatever you're working on. See the Seven of Pentacles, right? The Seven of Pentacles talks about where you put your time, your energy, and your focus is what you're creating, what you're working on, what you're building, right? And then you got this King of Pentacles coming in and offering you, right? Here you're still working on that final pentacle here. You got this King of Pentacles coming in, offering you another pentacle, which adds up to a 9, which talks about being thrown in a spotlight, right? um, when it comes to maybe an entrepreneurship or a business, right? So you're in the process of mastering what you are working on. So to master your work. You're being asked to focus on being calm, remaining at peace, moving on from the state of confusion, and allow things to happen as they should. Allow some sort of an opportunity for money to grow, to expand, right? Okay, a final message for Libra, please and thank you. Final message for Libra, please and thank you. Okay, yeah. So definitely, Spirit's telling you already have everything you need within you to manifest. You're also being told that you have a very magical mind, right? You have a very magical mind. So where you put your focus, you manifest. You need to start trusting your intuition, right? This is ruled by Virgo and Gemini. We're just entered Gemini season. So the Ace of Wands. So what you're missing, or you feel you're missing, is that wand in your trunk, in your tool chest, right? The Ace of Wands talks about, I lack inspiration, I lack intuition, I lack patience, right? Patience. There's like Nine of Swords or Nine of Pentacles. I don't have the confidence and courage, right, to um to find out balance in giving and taking, right? Because I've always had people who have taken advantage of my generosity. People have always had their hands out, right? People have always been greedy. People who are not on the same page as me, right? So I'm always broke. I'm always broke. I don't ever have enough money to make ends meet, right? I don't always have it. So it could be talking about, trusting the next steps that you are meant to take to complete a very hard cycle here. A cycle is about to complete. It really is. You are manifesting something. But what you're manifesting is this lack, right? You're manifesting this lack because you're allowing too many people to take advantage of you. You're allowing other people to whisper in your ear. You're allowing other people's thing, like take control of your life, right? Definitely could be a family member, extended family member, or this could be talking about, because I'm seeing a male, a female, and a child, a divorce, a separation, right? That is what I see for you. Let's take a look at the bottom of the deck. Yep, Two of Cups. Look, Star. So you're definitely being divinely guided towards a better relationship. You need to put your time, your energy, and focus into where you want to invest. Where do you want to invest your money? Right? That's something. You have the 7 with the 8, and then you had the 9, and then you had the 10. Like each one of them was up, down, up, down, up, down. So you got a relationship coming towards you where you can invest a lot of time and energy and love towards this person. This is, a wish come true, right? This also talks about somebody coming into your dreams. It also talks about your hopes, your wishes, your desires. It also talks about being divinely guided. You're being divinely guided here, but you're in this mental state of confusion and you're unable to see something clearly because you got somebody who is whispering in your ear. Give me some thumbs up if you're a hater. Thanks for watching. All right. So let's get some chakra love here for Libra. Sacral chakra, tiger's eye, passion. Turn your fear of change into excitement for change. So sacral chakra, right? So don't fear what needs to change. And I feel like that's what you're in, this mental confusion. It's your ego that is telling you something. Or you could have somebody around you who is in their ego. And I feel like it's a strong Aries because I keep hearing identity, 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 and that rules the first house of Aries. So yes, you need to turn your fear of change into excitement. So don't fear it, right? Don't fear what needs to change. Find a state of balance between your head and your emotions. Remain calm, be patient, right? Because the signs are leading you, the signs are guiding you. You see something clear here, right? Third eye chakra, headlights, signs. There will always be signs to guide you on your true path. You need to trust your intuition. Pay attention to signs. Okay? That's what I got for you, Libra. Make sure you hit the thumbs up. It'd be greatly, greatly appreciative if you did. And I will talk to you later.